this is a different kind of year for Bryce Harper. He really has become the leader, and the contract obviously gets a lot of attention because it's $300+ million. But the guy can't throw. Busted his thumb on a pitch.
Yeah.
We didn't think we'd see him again. Rushed himself back to play. This is an iconic performance from Bryce Harper.
Well, and he struggled early, and everybody's like, what's wrong with Bryce? He played himself back into shape because he rushed back. But this is his team. And the thing I like about it, too, back to the contract, those negotiations, he wanted to go somewhere where he knew he was going to stay, raise his family, have an impact on the community. And he's always been a community, civic-minded young man. You don't always hear about everything he's done. But I've really gotten to know Bryce, his family, and the things that they do. And the impact he has goes beyond hitting home runs. He impacts lives in those communities, in Vegas, in Philly, in Washington, wherever he's been at.
You played in Philadelphia, and you know what those fans are like. He seems like the perfect fit to be the superstar of the Phillies.
I think the coolest thing about this is his connect with the city of Philadelphia, the fans of Philadelphia. He's proud to wear that uniform. He hit the home run the other day, doing this thing like the Phillies.
Yeah.
He's excited to be at this point of his career playing for a franchise that desperately wants to win. Citizens Bank Ballpark, the last 2 days of that series, was alive like it has not been for a long time. And it's guys like Bryce Harper that have brought that mojo back, that have brought hope and have brought the fans of Philadelphia that they see that, hey, we can make this happen. And he is a terrific player. We have gotten so lost in Mike Trout and Ohtani that we have forgotten how good a player he is, and Manny Machado. Remember when both these guys signed those big deals for over $300 million?
Yeah.
Who's worth that kind of money? They're worth that kind of money.
I'm glad you brought that up because you also mentioned Mike Trout. And when Bryce Harper broke in, Mike Trout and Bryce Harper were connected. We talked about both of them all the time. But really, Manny Machado is the comp to Bryce Harper.
No doubt
they
about
were
it.
the same draft, 2 picks apart. They got their monster contract just a couple weeks apart. Machado's also faced adversity this year, where his leadership qualities had to be on the line. What do you got? Fernando Tatis Jr., the most talented player in the organization. Even Manny Machado would tell you that. He's lost for the year, an injury in the offseason, then the PED suspension when you thought he was coming back. This has been Manny's team. Their career comparison is ridiculously close.
You were talking through that screen real
It's
quick.
amazing.
Can we put that up real quick? I mean, it was unbelievable looking at the numbers. They're look at the home runs. They're
2 home runs apart.
2 homers apart. Look at the batting average, 2 points apart.
Manny's played 70 games more than Bryce Harper.
It's incredible what these two have done. Talk about a draft, and we always go back and go, oh, what about the greatest drafts? This is pretty dang good. These two at the top of the board, I know that one was 1 and one was 3, but
the guy that's 2 is going to get the ball Game 5, Yankee Stadium, Jameson Tyon.
So we're talking about Harper was 1, Tyon was 2, and Machado was 3 in their draft. That's a pretty good draft.
And Manny Machado, for any of the critics that he had, and there were a lot of critics in L.A., they booed him. They didn't want to bring him back. They weren't in the mix to re-sign him. He has really matured, and he is one of the great leaders in the game, I think.
And I think both of these players, for both of these teams, they post up and play. They post up and play when they're hurt. And I think that mojo has led both of these teams to probably being a little bit better than a lot of the experts thought they were going to be a couple of weeks ago. These are 2 good teams. Right now, they're the best 2 teams in the NL.
And we've been talking a lot about this is a different generation, right? And I think the other thing you got to understand with this generation, we always say, well, they take on the personality of the manager. Hold it, time out. The manager's personality doesn't necessarily translate like it used to back in the day, so to speak. The players drive the teams a lot more than they ever have before.
Great point.
And Manny drives the Padres, and Bryce drives the Phillies. Any decision that's made, they get a, hey, what do you think?
Yeah.
We never got that back in the day. They're making and setting the culture on this team.
Bigger impact.